Byte, we back in the building. Give us a minute to get set up. We might not have Hakeem coming back at us again, man. Why he taking the break? Okay. If you're just not coming in the building, this is a night hour class. I told y'all we might come back again, hit you with another one. So it's the light being tape. Since we already talked about it a little, we're gonna come out and talk about it a little more tonight. Really speed your vibration up. We just here to speed your vibration up, get you ready, school you for the fifth dimension, so you can be free, so you can be individuals and as one at the same time. Right? And so, you know, there's a couple of people out here, they mad at us because we might have said a couple of things, but it's all good. People still got to jock you and watch you, man, when you setting trends like we doing, like we putting it out, you know what I'm saying, non-stop, back to back, dropping the facts. You know what I'm saying? We just got through with the the Atlantis tape, so you can go check that out. That joint was fire. We dropping back-to-back bangers. You know what I'm saying? Non-stop, over the top information, affirmation, mid-formation, and transformation. That's what we spitting. Transforming you, giving you your God shit back, man. You ain't gotta sign no contract with some God who come here with more technology and take advantage of you on a deal you can't even read through. You know what I'm saying? Get them on, tell them the young girl in the building, man. Let me give them a couple more minutes. Let me get the chat pulled up. We're dropping back-to-back non-stop bangers. We're gonna go into the light being information. See how many people we got in the building. Hold up, let's go back. It ain't showing up. Okay, hey, they go right here. 25 people in the building. Let me get the chat pulled up. Hey, Robot to all my night guys, man. Shout out to my night shift guy for making sure my videos get approved so we can handle the business. We trying to enlighten everybody, all colors, shapes, and sounds. Because everybody is just light, man. Everybody is just light and sound and thought. Your highest form is thought. Your second highest form is a light being, a light body. And then your next form is a sound being. Everybody has a frequency. We just broke that down on the last tape, the 7 different spirits, the 7 different sounds of God, the 7 different spirits of God, how they put it in the scriptures, right? Hey, shout out Brother Love. Shout out I Will Maintain. We could be posting our cash apps in the link. If you want to send us a shout out, donation, just hit that cash app. Don't do the super chat. We're gonna put our cash app in the links and hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you're new to the page, we try to drop some every day for you, keep you busy. One dude said, man, I'm trying to watch all your tapes, young elder, but you put so many out back to back. Yeah, because we in crunch right here. We're trying to do a buzzer beater. We're doing the buzzer beater right here. We got we got a couple seconds left on the clock, and we're trying to hit them with a hesitation and then swish with the Michael Jordan fade. We put on the Michael Jordan fade to win the buzzer beater. That's the type of people we are. Negroes, things who still always show up late to an event. We always, and then we come in and steal the show. You know what I'm saying? Because we buzzer beater type people. You know what I'm saying? You know how many times Jordan, Kobe, then beat the buzzer, or Emmitt Smith, somebody then spent the nigga and ran for a touchdown with no time on the clock and win the game. The biggest game of their career. So some of the biggest games. Oh yeah, it is. That's right. Let me edit that joint. I appreciate that, Yahshua Melchizedek. Shout out to brother Yahshua Melchizedek. This about to be another banger, a straight banger. 2, 3, L. All right, I'm putting the correct spelling in the chat, man. Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, but you just like, and it's gonna be a new technology, and you heard it here first. We saying it first. Maybe a year, 2 years, maybe 3, 4 years in advance. We saying it here first. It's gonna be a new technology that's gonna come out to where they're gonna be able to hook you up to a computer, and that computer gonna be able to heal you using light particles. What it does is since you just light, right? So the computer can go in. It's just like beaming you up. When they beam you up, it breaks down. That light breaks because you just light. It breaks down the elements that you are and the material that you made from in your DNA, and it turns it all into light, and then it transports it up to the ship, right? So, but this new technology with the computers is gonna be able to go into your body because as it breaks you down, it also can see the bacteria and DNA, the junk stuff that's in there, and it can take that out as the teleportation is happening, and then when it reconfigurate you on the other side of that thing, it can reconfigure you without the defects. So they're gonna be able to heal crippled people, Down syndrome, all that, using a computer. See, like Tesla probably be already in on it, because they already know about the sound healing, and like I told you, light slows down to create sound. So everything's a sound. It's dealing with the do re mi chart. Hey, we just put it out, okay? So all this tying together. Let's get some stuff pulled up so we can really get in and start cracking some eggs here. And like a lot of this stuff, like I know Brother Love already know all that stuff because he been in the older classes. And then like when Baba was teaching this stuff, a lot of little books that Baba put out, like the Science of Healing, Science of Sound, little small pamphlets, a lot of those little small pamphlets that when he was New Wapians, and you say, oh, that book, that's small. You went for the bigger joints, like the Holy Tablets. You went for the black book. You went for all the books that were thicker, but you overlooked those little thin tablets that he put out, like the Science of Healing, the sound healing books, little joints like the United Nuwapian Nation of Constitution book, that little bitty small book. You know what I'm saying? Niggas, I don't know how Meat Mills get up on there. Feel sorry for the brother. Well, let's pull up this chart. But he one of us, you know what I'm saying? He one of us. So I wish he could take his money, and some of these beings be doing it, but they don't publicize it, the good things that they do. So Meek Mills could be helping some people out with his money that he's getting. Yeah, but this chart, okay. So each sound represents a chakra. And each sound represents a color. When you're dealing with color, you're dealing with light. You're dealing with light, right? So it's why I say we light beings. That's just light beings is just one part of us, right? So the first frequency you got is the red frequency. It's the slowest traveling color. Red is the slowest traveling color in this dimension. And so that red carries a frequency because you got to go and study. It's a lot of science that people overlook when you because people hate school, so they talk down on school. But actually in college you can learn a lot of stuff, and it's really a lot of basic science that they got from ancient Kemet. And really that education system, that system was set up by the Moors. The Moors actually set the higher learning, the higher schools, like later on down the line after ancient Kemet, right? And Tahuti went around did this thing like we talked about on the Atlantis tape. The Moors learned from ancient Kemet. That's why you see them wearing the Terra Bush, because if you go back and look at some of the ancient Egyptians, even in the Samaritan pictures, you can see them with the Terra Bush on, which they call them the feds, right? You see them with that cap on their head, right? It goes all the way back, and you can see some of the descendants of these Anunnakis wearing that cap. So that's part of the but the educational system, as far as the Western hemisphere go, after the fact, the new type of system you guys set up, it was set up by Moors. And then later on, certain things were changed around, added on, this and that, to make the what they call the academics. It's another word they got for it. But the dough represents her frequency. And dough, like we showed you on the computer, on the let's do this on the piano scale. Because remember, Baba told you a while back, he said you can go to your piano and you can hear a certain frequency and it'll realign you, your frequency and your vibration, because everybody's vibrating on one of these 7 frequencies. The 7 spirits is vibrating on one of these 7 sounds, the original sounds. So the dough people, you got the dough people. That's the people that's vibrating with a red aura. They vibrating with a red aura. That's because red is like the lowest frequency of light, like I was telling you. So they vibrating with a red aura. And these people, some of them are dangerous because you got a good side and a bad side to every frequency. On that first frequency, and you're talking about around 340 hertz, 340 hertz. So keep in mind, if I know how to alter light or alter sound, I can affect you or I can heal you. It depends on what I want, what type of being I am. If I know how to alter, if you're nothing but light and a sound frequency wave, and then I know how to alter that wave, all I had to do is put a medium. If anybody didn't know anything about sound, you add a medium to that wave or that light, you can alter that frequency. And I can change what you look like. A lot of people are ugly. A lot of people are ugly because of the light frequency that they generate, man. Because when people see you, they see you as light. They see you as light. So when they see you, you can even change this is going into also shade shifting too. Shade shifting is dealing with light. So we kind of teaching you how it works and how kind of like how you can start to practice it. But they see you as light. So they see you as light. Your light has got a code because you got light codes. So your light has got codes that is vibrating on. And if you ugly sound, that generates an ugly frequency, and then you become ugly. But the ugly is only based on individual opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody else can say, oh, that lady or that guy is the most beautiful guy in the world to me. You know what I'm saying? To me, because everybody got their own perspective. Looking at it from their perspective, she might say different, right? But ugly, if you think yourself is ugly, you can alter that by altering the light, taking the medium out and getting pure light frequency. Because nobody's ugly if you radiating at that pure frequency, right? Yeah. So everything is a vibration. That because you got to think about the electromagnetic frequency. Hold on, let me pull it up. But let me talk about this first before I go into that, before I don't lose people, because there's a lot of math and science going on here. All right, and we're going to teach you from a perspective that they lay claim to the different beings like Hertz and Watts, James Watts, I think his name is. But there's different bands, because I heard people saying, "Oh, it's 12 dimensions. It's this amount of dimensions. It's only 9 dimensions." But those dimensions overlap each other 9 times 9 to the 9th power. So it's the dimensions keep overlaying. And the farthest y'all have found was the 11th to 12th dimension, but it keep overlaying higher than that. But it's only 9 original dimensions and frequencies, right? And that's the first. The first 3 levels is height, width, and length. Then you go into volume, which is that space and area inside and around that particular object once you got the height, width, and length. And so the 4th dimension is physical as well, because it's a combination of the first 3 dimensions being added up to the 4th dimension. So that's why your dreams are what you call in dreams, which is the RAM, right? The mental RAM, right? The mental plane, right? That's what that is a space of what they call subconscious space, where all the information is stored, where the mental reservoir is, and you're able to access this realm. And it's really a real place. When you go there, everything seems physical when you see it, because you got to keep in mind, we all just light, we sound, we thought. You know what I'm saying? So you accessing real time and space, and there's really no such thing as that, because they said that the 4th dimension is time and space. Time doesn't exist. Time is only a thing that was put on us by reptilians, so we always be in a panic, always be in a rush. And when you're in a rush, you always fuck some up, or go, you get into a wreck, get your car, your vessel into a wreck. So time doesn't exist. Time is only something that provided by light. And keep in mind, light, I say we light beings, but the vibration started out as a low speed. So at first it's a sound, and then that sound speeds up to a certain specific speed, and then once it breaks the sound barrier, it goes into light. Like at the 700 and something miles per second, I think it is. It breaks into light, right? Then after light speeds up so fast to where after I'm talking about going maybe 100 times to 100,000 times faster than light, and it speeds up, then it becomes pure thought, right? But that thought is perceived, so thought is perceived by light, and then light is perceived by sound, right? That's why why you can close your eyes and I can tell you a story, and then you can visualize it in your mind. So you can present them, you can project it in your mind using light inside of your own brain, because your brain has a star in it as well, right? We'll get to that later. Hey, about to get ready to go to the next level on this shit. We're about to crack eggs, man, non-stop, high level shit. You know what I'm saying? So we're about to crack eggs on this joint, man. So you can alter the way anybody look in your mind. If somebody ugly, you can see them as another way. You can alter in your mind. You can make them look like a whole nother person once you get a certain percentage of your brain going. And then you can do that. Once you start to alter other people in your brain, then you can alter your appearance in your brain. Because are you really what you look like? Or is that the type of thought that you project? The type of thought that you projecting creates the light, and that creates what you look like. So the type of thoughts on your brain, on your mind, creates how you look. It creates how you think, how you sound. I'm telling you, thought on your brain creates how you sound. So because all of it triggers down, like I said, as it slows down. And so you as a light being, when you produce sound, it's a lower vibration of who you are. And so that sound, then you can hear the people aura. People like the third elder can do it, the fourth elder can do it, Brother Love. He can see your auras. The elder Jamil is a master at it. He can see your auras. You know what I'm saying? He can just hear you and tell there's something wrong with you. Because he's using it's light and sound and thought. So as he hear your voice, that voice speeds up into light in his mind, and he visualize your what's wrong with you. He can visualize by listening to that sound that you make. We can tell if you got a cold. I can tell if you got you clogged up. I can hear it. You know what I'm saying? In your sound. And so when when he hear it, and it goes to his mind through his ears, which is a portal, like we said, and then he visualize just off his sound. I can see his nose sucked up. I can see him. He got mucus, so I can see just off of his sound. And then that sound goes into that light goes into thought in his mind. So now he got the thought to say. Then it spins over again. Once he got that thought, then he come back out to speak that thought, which is takes time to go slow down from a thought to light to sound to come out of his mouth. So that's how fast the brain is working. We talk about thought. We dropping back-to-back bangers. Young Elder Gangs in the building. We dropping. I hear a lot of YouTubers saying it. So we got the Young Elder Gang. Cause I'm trying to make my page big like CJ So Cool or whatever them boys. Them boys riding Lambos things off of YouTube, man. And all the tapes I got straight bangers, old school bangers. We dropping new bangers. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I should be blowing up like these cats. But my type of information, the reptilians don't want you to wake up, and they don't want you to be smart no more. You know what I'm saying? On to the game. But we increasing your intelligence. So what you think is how you look. You know what I'm saying? So when people see you out and you look a certain way, they're gonna say, "Oh, that's how that being think," and that's the light that he projecting. But you always fresh, if you always clean, like the sons of Malachi, right? Be fresh every time we step out, right? You know what I'm saying? But shout out to brother Prince York. That brother be fresh when he step out, man. Ain't gonna be because we got that cockiness about us, right? The sons of Malachi, we got a little cockiness, but it's really it can be cockiness from some people's perspective, but from my perspective, it's confidence. It's confidence. I'm real confident because I got so much, and I ain't saying I know everything. I'm just saying that I got so much knowledge over a period of time of my master teacher putting it down for us and other beings as well that we went out to study under, that I feel safe in my own skin, that I won't be attacked by beings trying to cast spells on me. Whether it be they trying to make me get down with their God on a contract, whether it be, etc. But we are light beings, man, and you can change what you look like just about how you think, right? Because you just light, you sound. And we was talking about the different, you got the ray beams. Then you're going up a frequency and color when you're dealing with the sacred chakra, the orange chakra, which right where your protection is at. Your protection is dealing with the, and keep in mind, orange is a combination of two colors. It's a combination of the sacred chakra. It's a combination of two chakras. Let's pull that up where you can see what's going on. Let's pull up the chakra chart so I can break it down, because we only dealing with three primary colors, which is red, yellow, and blue, which is the same star type of stars. Really, you got them same three stars here too, the same three colors. In reds, we had the different primary stars, different colors. Hold on, let me pull up the chakra chart. Hey, this for my night owls, man. If you're new to the page, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. You want to show your brother some love, right? We take $1, $2, $3, whatever you got. Couple beings don't want to that I was showing some love. Seem like they don't want to respond to me. But we ain't mad. We ain't offended because we vibrating past the orange light. The orange light the orange represent a certain frequency. Right? We vibrating past that frequency of it's like, it's a whole nother school on that. But the orange chakra is a combination of red and yellow having been brought together. So the sacred chakra is dealing with a light frequency of orange, which represents about 500 megahertz. 500 hertz of frequency. And remember, this all ties back in with the computer. With the piano making a certain sounds, because that sound, the sacred chakra vibrates on a certain tone and frequency, a sound. Because, like I say, so it's an orange light. So that orange light it's a combination of the yellow sound, which is me. You got me and the first sound do coming together, do me, and creating the particular sound that vibrates on the orange chakra. Man, look, hey, shout out all the brothers that's in, man. Rob Bot, man. Rob Bot, we putting it down, bro, for the crown. Holding it down for the master teacher, man. Free Malachi Z. York. Free Larry Hoover. You know what I'm saying? Free Angel Bay. You know what I'm saying? And all the many other brothers who are political prisoners. I'm starting to believe Wayne Perry was working for some higher beings, but he got sold out. You know what I'm saying? But you don't know nothing about Wayne Perry, though. Guns on your Tumblr, District on Columbia. And you gotta be, the Jay-Z said that for a reason. He knows something else about it, about that situation. I'm telling you, man. Just like they got them boys, they call them the DC snipers. And there was two, like some Muslim dudes. Come on, man. Some black Muslim dudes. Hey, Rob out to Christopher for the donation. Hey, they got them thinking that they were some Muslim dudes, and these guys were like molded, mind controlled by the government, by somebody. You know what I'm saying? All right, we're gonna go back to the sound, the piano sound frequencies. Cause we're still making you. This how you tune your ugliness. You don't need makeup. You can project your own makeup on your aura when you understand that you like. You don't gotta have makeup, and you don't even gotta work out really. Like as far as because you can make your own shape once you can alter your light frequency through how you think. It all goes back to how you think. Why? Because thought slows down to create light. Light slows down to create sound, and that sound slows down to slows down the certain frequencies and minerals and elements on this side to create on the negative side of the mirror, which is the cold side. That's why a lot of people here that's cold, got a cold heart, got an ice box where their heart used to be. You know what I'm saying? So on this side is a colder side. As you begin, sound begins, because sound comes from the other side of the mirror. Because if you take a chart, let me show you the chart. Man, so many masters over time that I sit with, I developed my own style, man. You know what I'm saying? Because Neb Haru is one of my teachers. Mark Brady, who people don't like, Atun Ray, that's one of my teachers. Baba, Elijah Muhammad, Mother Sophia Stewart, Dr. Savi, you know what I'm saying? Atar Sharik Bey, Dr. Thea Valentine, Dr. Delwood Blair, Dr. Mona Harris. These people, man, we study under Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, you know what I'm saying? Huey P. Newton, Freddie Hampton, people you should know. Khalif Muhammad, you know what I'm saying? Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark. Ashrock Crazy, you know what I'm saying? Bobby Hemmett, right? Even I forget the reverend name. He came out with the African community. Pastor Ray Hagen. You know, Doctor what's that brother name from Memphis? He a Christian preacher. Frank Ray. I like Frank Ray. I like his energy. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't no dumb preacher. He trying to stay within. I'm gonna tell you about Frank Ray, man. You Google a guy named Frank Ray, one pastor out of Memphis. This guy is one of the most brilliantest pastors. He got to stay within the lines, because if you say too much, the people that's under that particular spell, they'll leave and get mad, and you know. So, the way he bring in the information, the science into the Bible and real actual facts to the Bible, it's a whole nother level for the people. So, but it's a slow pace that you got to do that in. You know what I'm saying? We just dropping it right on you. We just dropping it right on you, man. So if you want to change what you look like, if you you got to change the way you think, because once you change the way you think, then whatever you project, the image that you project is gonna be whatever you think. If you think positive, then you're gonna project the positive energy, light, because people see you, they really only seeing light, and then when you speak, then they hear the light slow down, or the thought to light slow down, and then they hear who you are too. You can hear who a person is when you talk. Like back in the day, you know, some like my young cats, even when you was younger, and you talked on the phone with somebody, and you possibly never seen them, and then you hear the girl voice, and you say, "Man, this girl sound fine," just based off her voice, because what you're doing is you're taking her voice, speeding it up into light in your mind, and then you turn that light into thought, and it's creating an image and all at the same time to generate what you see. So yeah, and so if you got somebody where you think they ugly, you can alter that by the way you think. Don't think they ugly. Think they look beautiful. They look drop dead gorgeous. That's one of my cousin, man. He the one taught me, gave me my Romeo game. He said, don't say they fine, nothing like that. That's like lesser like primitive shit. He didn't say primitive, but that's what he was like, the thing he was trying to get over to me. He said, "Say, man, you drop dead gorgeous, ma'am. You drop dead gorgeous, you know, or you all that in a bag of chips." Hey, I don't mean to bother you, you know, harass you, nothing, lady, but you're all that in a bag of chips. Cougars love when you tell them that. Cougars, they love when you tell them you all that in a bag of chips. It's like an old school line right there, mixed up with a little new spin on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but so once you begin to develop, what people see, when people see you, they are seeing you only as a light. So you think things are physical, and that's only because a light particles being jammed tight together, and that's what makes things into the physical form. When light is slowed down and cooled off, and sound is slowed down, and all down the chain slowed down, on this side of the mirror, the first sound you're getting is hydrogen. So hydrogen has a sound. If you can hear to a certain frequency. See, humans only can hear in this dimension only to about I think 20 hertz. And we want to break that down to you too about the hertz and watts and gigawatts, because it's different frequencies. Like you have megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes, right? These are the different bytes. Matter of fact, we make it pull up one. Let's pull up something like that. Let's pull up the computer byte, because we're dealing with light, frequency, and code. Remember, I told you they're gonna come out with a computer. They can heal people. They probably already got it. Just ain't brought it to the public yet, using light particles. Right? Computer byte. I think it's spelled like BYTE. Chart. All right, so we're looking at, this is what you need to see when you talk about light and the frequencies. because light is operating on the 6th dimension. Light is start coming down from the high violet frequency, which is operating at a certain hertz or a certain gigabyte. So you have bytes, which is the first unit. Then you have kilobytes, which is 1,000. Then you have megabytes, which is 1,000,000. Then you have gigabytes, which is 1,000,000,000. Terabyte, which is 1,000,000,000. So then you goes up, it keep on going up to yottabytes. That's 9. And that's what the supercomputer used in the center of the earth. It works off yottabytes because it's hard drives, huge hard drives in a cave that's made up of crystals. They store information on crystals. So crystals can store information. So crystals can store knowledge. That's why some people say, take that crystal when you get it cleaned, right? But by fire or by water, sunlight, whatever, right? Putting it up by burying it, you can, because you can charge your crystals using the different elements. Like you can charge a crystal using the earth by burying it underground for 3 days, letting it absorb the earth energy, from the magnetic grid. Then you can take it and put it in some water and let it sit in the sun. That's another element. And then you can take it and put it in some fire, right? And clean it. And then you could take it and put it in let's let it sit in the air, let the wind blow on it. You know what I'm saying? Or then you can show it, look, you can hit them with all 5 elements. You can charge your crystal with all 5 elements and then put it around your neck, rock that joint, man. You got some high power shit right there, man. What color is beyond the visible? Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, that's a good question, Jalen. Lewis. Yeah, it's higher. Once we go to another dimension, there's more colors added. That's more sharper, more piercer. They vibrating. These colors are vibrating at a more higher speed than the human visibility. But you can't see ultraviolet, and then it's things that come out to ultraviolet, right? It's things that come. It's frequencies. It goes up to 999 frequencies, so it can go. After you get through ultraviolet, you can't see that high, just like you can't hear a certain frequency. But it's certain animals who can see past what you can see. Cats and dogs and certain animals can see on a higher frequency than you, even though they might be colorblind, right? Because they can see that this gives them the ability to see past what you can see, the violet spectrum. See, cats, being that they colorblind, they don't get affected by a certain that ultraviolet light because they colorblind, and so they can see past the spectrum that you can see. And so when beings come here, they can see those beings. They can see what you call in spirits or these higher extra dimensional reptilians, aliens, whatever name that floats your boat, off-world beings come here. They can see them because these beings only can bend when they come to the 3rd dimension. They only can bend up to the ultraviolet light to where you can't see past it. But a cat can see them moving around, and they'll be like, damn, what that cat looking at, man? You know, that's why we like cats, man. We like cats. They be like, damn, what that cat looking at, right? Hey, Haru, you got to get out of here, man. And Hakeem, I got you, bro. Hey, y'all, he back on me again. You won't let me go. You won't let me go, bro. Pick up your pen, letter S. Hold on. You can't get out, buddy. Hey, Rob, about to hear everybody in the building. Give me a second. Hey, Rob, out to everybody in the building, man. We live, we lit. So back, where was we? Yeah, we building. Hakeem in the building, man. So we dealing with, right? Let's look. Let me show you. Okay, so you got terabytes. You got different bytes. That's dealing with the computer system. The computer system you got now uses a byte system, which is dealing with binary code and dealing with the number 2. Right? 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 16 times then you go so on and so on. Right? So you also got, okay, Let's type this in. So you can start getting an idea. Man, some of this stuff might be shaving people's head. Some of it may not. All right, so we are because we on it's different bands. It's 12 different bands. Anybody that know anything about music, it's 12 band links, and it's really you can start doubling that, get to 48 bands. But the main it's mainly 12 bands, and these bands are a certain radio link, a wave link that's traveling through space, right? And it depends on because they got a medium. It depends on what type of wave it is and how fast it's traveling. Sound waves travel slower, but light waves travel faster. And then you got dark waves that travel even faster than it. The dark waves that's that particular material, dark matter in between the waves, which is causing it to travel like it's on the ocean with the wave. Because if it wasn't nothing there, why wouldn't it just travel in a straight line? But it's something there to put force against the wave, does cause it to have a being in it, does causing the universe to be spiral, right? And that's dealing with different frequencies, different bands. So red is on, see, when like in the fourth dimension, you're dealing with like gigahertz in the fourth dimension. And then once you get up to hold on, let's go back to that chart. Let me show you. Okay. So in the fifth dimension, you're dealing with gigahertz. That's why your planet really is going to the fifth dimension now, and they got you talking about gigahertz, this 5G, this and that. That's all dealing with the fifth dimension, right? But then once you go, because at first you was at megabytes, then you went to gigabytes. At first you was at kilobytes, and then it's another side to that. On the other side of the mirror that begins to smallen things up in smaller increments. But the fifth dimension, you go into gigabytes, and then the sixth dimension, which is where light is formed at a certain amount of terahertz at the color red. So now you see what I'm saying. Let me go back to that particular what color, these colors and what they vibrate on, because we just light. So you don't have to wear makeup. You can even alter what you got on as your clothes just by the way you think. It's called shade shifting. Shade is dealing with color. Let's think about that. Shade is dealing with color. So red, the shade of red is vibrating at 400 to 484 terahertz according to this particular thing, right? Terahertz. You're talking about the trillions, because light travels at 6 trillion miles rounded off per year. That's what you call a light year. So that's why they measure in trillions of hertz. Trillions, that particular frequency of red, which is dealing with light, which is the sixth dimension, is dealing with hertz, terahertz. And then as you speed up on vibration, back up, because because red wasn't really the first color. Red is just the last color to be produced. And that's why it's the slowest. But the fastest color to be produced is the violet, right? And when you're dealing with that, why is it? Okay. And when you're dealing with that color, right, you're dealing with, it's like 660 up into 880 terahertz. 880 terahertz. And that's why they put in that, once you pass that certain speed of light, you can travel into time. Because time, what they call time, really don't exist. It's just light. So you can go back and scan, because light takes a long time to travel. So just imagine if that light is what you are, and that light is a recorder. That means that's why they saying everything is already recorded, because it's coming from this light. So by the time the light hits you, it takes a couple of minutes, or maybe even years. Depends on how far the star away. So I can travel into time using that light, jumping on the other side of that light. That's how what they call it traveling back in the time. They can go back and read the light film because not only are you light, you give off a resonance, this effect, you emit, right? And like I say, like the 15th pointed out, emit is time backwards. But you emit another frequency once you create what you are, the frequency that comes off of you emits another, it slows down to be a sound. That's why it's good to talk, because what the frequency that comes off you is your sound. So what you say in this world is very important, because what you're saying is light. So all the sounds that's coming off of you, a negative sound where you telling people to do stupid shit like rob a bank, sell dope, do anything that's stupid, that means that's coming down from your thoughts. It's turning into light, and it's gonna be brought to the light. And you telling niggas from your mouth, so it's flowing down into sound. And then when it goes into them, it goes into them as light because they gotta envision it. People gotta envision it, and then it goes into thought. So then next thing you know, they're slowing down in them back to light and doing it, bringing it to light, doing it. Right? Welcome to the Pterodon. Yeah, Pterodon, right? Now, the only thing that's protecting the planet is the mothership, Crystal City, which generates a form of light that it creates your the atmosphere or the dome around the planet to protect you from high frequency lights. Because what it does is that if you take a crystal and you put it in some water, like the sun hit it, you can see the rainbows. So that's why you see a lot of rainbow effects. What it is the light, the original source of the light being slowed down as it travels out into the colder frequencies, and it slows the light down, and then now you got the first color will be purple, and then so on down to the last color being red. So it gives the rainbow effect based on the frequencies being slowed down. So like you say, the highest frequency is like 800 terahertz, and then as you slow that frequency down all the way to 400, you're going down, slowing the light color of light down. Hey, I need y'all to get up out of here. But I think you gave you enough on this one, man. We're about to get ready to go to part 2. We're gonna probably do part 2 tomorrow, man. But people like, man, you about to get out? You know what I'm saying? You ain't been on long. Now I got Harun them in the background taking me out, man. Hold on, just a second. We live, we lit. Harun, I'm mad because I put him out, bro. Like I try not to like whoop my children, especially Hakeem them because they babies. I try to give them another way to look at it they did wrong. So when I take stuff from them, they won't, you know, they start to get in line. I can't really do my military tactics on them yet because they're too young to handle the type of pressure that I'm gonna put on them when you come down to it. Yeah, but yeah, Hakeem, he my baby. So we rolling non-stop back to back. If you want to change, if you think you ugly and you want to change that, first change the way you think. So if a man think it, so is he. That's what that really was saying. Because they know that you thought, And that thought slows down to create light, and that generates what you look like. And it's also based, your thoughts is based on your ancestors too, as well, because you the mitochondrial DNA is being recorded, and whatever your mother goes through, it expands to your DNA, and your dad expands to your DNA. And so it creates part of the experience and part of the thoughts that you think, especially because you grow up around them too, most of your parents, right? So change the way you look, change the way you think, and then you'll change the way you sound, and it'll be all like put together. And we could come back. We could come back. If you want niggas to think you fine, like some people, women out there like that, right? Niggas think you fine. Change the way you think, and you can make yourself fine in your mind, and then that'll project in the light, and then that'll project the way you sound, and then you'll have a total package. You know what I'm saying? And it goes for my guys as well. Change the way you think, you change the way you look, because you like beings. An atom is only 1% light. Light only makes up 1% of the universe. So you got to keep that in mind too. Because my wife tried to play mental chess with me today, arguing me about darkness and light. And I told her that she said darkness is another different from light. And I said, yeah, that's true. But darkness is still a form of light. Darkness is the shadow. It's the light. My master teacher already put a tape out on this. I think it's called something about the dark Egyptian or something like that of that nature. I can't remember the name of the tape. Yeah, but darkness is still a form of light. So these when she was saying that the beings that she seen that were evil beings, the feeling that they gave her as being evil, these beings were like a dark shadow. And I said, how did you see him? She said, I saw him as a dark shadow. So I said, in order for you to see him, it had to be some type of form of light. They had to be some form of light, even though they dark shadow beings. There had to be some form of light, and that light is what you call it darkness, which is a lesser form of light. It's still light, just a lesser form of it. So you got beings that's darkness beings. And they still a form of light. They just like amber light, a lower frequency of light. And then you got higher vibrational beings who will come and blind your ass. Like they say, you can't see God and live or be come back with your sight. You know what I'm saying? Unless you thinking like what I'm telling you about we thought and how you think, you can project that, and also you can utilize this same method with becoming wealthy or becoming successful or anything. Start thinking that you're successful. Start thinking that it's easy. This easy money. When you go to work, if you don't like, it's easy money, man. You go to work, this easy money. You know what I'm saying? Start thinking about thinking positive, so you can project a positive light. That light is what people gonna perceive you as. They're gonna perceive you as a light when they see you, because they're gonna take it into their eyes, and then they can convert that. And the pineal gland, you can lead. That's why they say lead by example. Leaders gotta lead by example, man. Lights up shadows. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Shout out to Sister Lady Owl. My night owl in the building. My night owl gonna be in the building with me. All right, we got 127 people in here, man. We just hoping we getting it over to you how to what is happening, man. We're here, right? Start thinking positive. Start thinking I'm gonna get a raise on my job. Start thinking that the Illuminati can't take over, the bad Illuminati, right? Not us, the green light, the sons of Tahuti. See, Tahuti is the leader. Tahuti started the Illuminati, the green light Illuminati. And then you got the amber side Illuminati who trying to say they us, trying to make us look bad, right? And they the bad side, they the bad scientists. They the ones that was involved with taking, because Albert Einstein really didn't come out with the MC square joint. They came from Tahuti, from those tablets that they got from over up in ancient Kemet under the Sphinx. We just talked about that on the Atlantis joint. So if you want people to think you look good, if you want to be rich, whatever you want, all you gotta do is think it, and then you can project it, because everything is light and everything is thought. So you can project whatever you want. That's why we got out of the game when we was on Riz. We was doing mostly holograms, because we understood that everything was light. So that's why we started doing living off hologram. Everything we had was a hologram, even the buildings that we were constructing on Riz. Before we, it was also developing that ascension technology, which we had already mastered the holograms, right? That's how it's gonna be in the future, man. Really, a hologram is nothing but light bodies. So understand that, man. We putting it down. I use the elevator music and classic music to heal. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Because you can use sound to heal. Sound speeds up into light, and it speeds up into thought. You can heal yourself. All you gotta do is think it. You can heal yourself. All you gotta do is think it. At least 90% of healing is thinking it. Really, to me, 100%. Because why? Because, like I said, if you can we can dematerialize yourself in your thoughts to break down your light code, and then find out what's the bad codes is in there, and root out the bad light codes, and then redematerialize yourself in the light form down to sound. That's why I said Ella Jamil and other beings like Brother Love, they can hear in your voice if you sick, if your light frequency is not showing the right codes. It's like they mechanics. They like the mechanic got that machine and they can plug up to your bottom of your car, and then it'll read a code and says that, oh yeah, this is what's wrong with your car. That's the same thing they got. They got a built-in plug-in joint that they can plug under the bottom of their computer joint, right? And then they can type in and say, boom, boom, I see that his catalytic converter is clogged up, or his spark plugs are not firing. Because you got spark plugs, you got 24 spark plugs in your brain, really, the 9 main ones, right? But we don't want to overload you, man, because we probably hit you. It's a 2 back-to-back bangers in one night. It's right here. It's a lot to get on, man. We're giving you a lot of perspectives here. But we want you to look, you are beautiful beings. Why? Because you're supposed to think beautiful. Don't let them make us think ugly no more. If you think ugly, your ass gonna be ugly, because that's what you projecting when your thoughts slow down into the light. And when niggas perceive you, other people perceive you, they're gonna see your light. What's your thought? You're gonna see your thoughts in the 5th dimension. So change, don't think ugly, think beautiful, think magnificent, think what a wonderful world, right? Because a lot of this, it's a lot of songs Tahuti put out, man. Tahuti wrote a lot of songs that he stored into the mental reservoir, and a lot of people, whether they be no matter what ethnic group they be, because Tahuti went around teaching all the groups. They come out and write these songs, and they think it's some new song, but it's really a song that Tahuti wrote and put into the mental reservoir, like "What a Wonderful World." That song now. I think to myself, what a wonderful world. We gotta think that. You think that's a wonderful world, then you project that light. You project that sound. We change the whole frequency of the planet. The whole frequency of the planet can be changed by us just thinking different. That's why we was telling you that if all of us think on the same page, we can get rid of the evil forces. But we allow the evil forces here by the way we think. We bringing down the light of the evil forces. We bringing down the sound of the evil forces just by letting them influence us by their thinking. That's how they get out. That's how they get out of this 4th dimension that they was trapped in. We was telling you about that on the Tahuti tape, man. On the ancient, on the Atlantis fleet, right? Man, so we be dropping it, bro. And we got more coming for you tomorrow. It don't stop. It don't quit. We too legit to quit. That's another Tahuti track, man. It's hammer time. Can't touch this. Hammer, hey, he was pushing Hammer's pen, man, for real. Tahuti was pushing Hammer's pen. Why? Because Tahuti thought. Thought slows down to light, slows down to sound, and then that sound is then put into moves, dealing with energy, because we're dealing with energy and motion with the fifth dimension. We're probably gonna do a tape breaking down the dimensions, because I hear a lot of people out here saying we already put like the audio books out on it. You can go back and check that out on Ascension Manual audio book. I think it's chapter 9. You can go back and check that out. But we're gonna be putting out a tape just talking about dimensions. We might do that one tomorrow. We're gonna try to probably hit you with 2 of them tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brother Sunrise in the building. This right here is a banger. We dropping nothing but bangers. Back to back. The aura gives off a color deep, brother. Yeah. The aura, like say the way you thinking, the way you think, it generates a frequency. It turns into light, right? So thought slows down to light, and then that light creates an aura around you, and you can vibrate on these different moods. It's 7 different moods dealing with the chakras, so you can vibrate on these different moods, right? So whatever your mood is, what you're thinking, that creates your mood, and that mood is nothing but another word for nothing but another thing for sound. So you give it off that frequency, and people can see your aura, and that frequency generates a sound once it slows down outside of the frequency of the speed of sound. And that's so that when they hear you talk, they can tell if you're sick. If they see your aura, they can tell if you're sick. Or if you all freak, your light code is being affected. So imagine now, if I can hook a computer to you, and I can type in a button and see your light code and see where the defects is in your light code, and I can delete the defects. And it's like this technology really was already invented already in another galaxy, but it hadn't made it to this galaxy yet. Where it's made it to this galaxy in the sarcophagus that the ancient Goa'uld use. But I'm talking about as far as you having it right now, and you don't got it, but it's gonna come out, and it's gonna be where it can show you a computer, because the Greys already got it, and it's gonna be a computer that you gonna be for rich people at first. They're gonna be to hook you up to a computer, and then do you a 30-minute detox where they detox the light code, your light codes, and then you're gonna be healed within that 1 segment. This is the new technology that's gonna be coming out. I'm gonna put my Cash App in the links again for you, man. And we want to thank you for tuning in, bro. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button to the we're dropping a lot of stuff back to back, man, and we might be overloading, but my newcomers, but my old clan, my Sabians and my Sabian brothers and my Nuwapian brothers, a lot of them might be already up to speed on a lot of this. Some of them might not, because they didn't read those little pamphlets that Baba put out, like the Science of Healing and the Science of Sound Healing, all those little bitty pamphlets. And I'm telling you, the smallest thing packs the most power. Carry the most power. The smaller pieces. That's like the peons. I just posted the Cash App in the link. Hey, like the peons, right? The peons are one of the smaller frequencies of light, right? The ions, you can call them ions, right? They are positive and negative charges. So we got it down, man. Hey, shout out to Irie Thomas for the donation. We're trying to get it down for you, man, to a science. So if you want to change what you look like, you want to change the bad, negative things that's going on in your life, change the way you think. And if you think positive, think I'm gonna have a nice house, I'm gonna whatever, if you want to be a being of thinking like that, or if you're a spiritual being, whatever. If you want to think that soul man thinketh, so is he. We told you this. And we said this in ancient Kemet, and then they put it in the Bible and say, see, I told you the Bible was dope, man. Got that quote, Young Yellow just said up in there. But we're bringing these things to the forefront so you really understand what it's really saying. So if a man thinking, so is he. That's dealing with the way you think generates that light frequency where people see that rays radiant off you. And then it's once you speak, they hear that same frequency with being lowered down to another frequency. And then once you speak it, that shit is spared back up around. That's why when you can speak things into existence now. You can speak things into existence. Why? Because light is what gives things existence. As far as in the third dimension around. And really all around. Light is what gives existence to that thing and allows you to be able to comprehend it and to break down the different particles that's made up of that particular part. So you can when you think a thing and then you say it, that's why it's good to say it to get it to come back to you. That's why it's good to say, I'm gonna be a millionaire. Keep saying it. I'm gonna be a millionaire. A lot of guys that did that, they millionaires now. I'm gonna be rich. I'm protected. Some of my Christians might say, I'm protected by the blood of Jesus. Right? I like some of them Christians, man. They be really into it. They be saying these things, and that's why it manifests because they speaking it into existence. When they said that sound, after that sound travels so far, it speeds up. It goes that's why they got when the airplanes they break a sound barrier. So that sound speeds up and turns into light. And that light is now reflecting what you want in your life. That light is what you want in your life. So you can don't speak bad things, don't speak negative things into your life. Like Tupac them. Tupac them said they gonna get smoked, they got smoked. 90 Biggie came out with 99 ways to die. He died in one of those 99 ways. You know what I'm saying? That's a make fun. Shout out Biggie, man. RP to Biggie, man. But he 99 ways to die. He died one of them in 99 ways, which is getting shot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, say lady, say I'm a millionaire. Say I'm great. I'm the greatest of all time. How you think Michael Jordan made himself? So he didn't make himself like that really by practicing. He made that because he thought it. He thought it. His mind was there. His mind was there to project that light. That light created the other thought for these beings when they seen him, and it made him it made him great. You got to think I'm great. I'm powerful. I'm don't get too ego tripped out though, because Baba said once you really figure out once you stop all the ego tripping, you'll really figure out who you are. You light beings, your thoughts projected into light. So think positive, think beautiful, think glorious. I'm glorious. I'm free. Hey, shout out B Dunn for the donation, brother. Think positive, man. Think when I'm gonna tell you, man, this shit is dangerous though. Because when you sometimes these bad energies and bad light frequencies vibrating on the red frequency can influence you to think negative and paranoid things. And now they got you thinking that my wife is cheating on me. And then your wife might not be cheating on you, but by why you thinking it, and then you come out and say it, you actually now projected that as your future as far as the light. So eventually, if you keep on hitting up with that particular thought and sound frequency, they might even cheat on you then. So now they wasn't cheating at first, but you kept on accusing them. That's why it's bad to say all these, start accusing people and projecting things when you don't got no solid evidence. So you got to stop speaking these things into your existence, man. By knowing that you are thought beings, you light, that slows down. You know what I'm saying? We broke this down 100 times. We ain't gonna beat it over your head. We just want you to be in the game, bro. Think positive. Always think positive. And then once you think positive, that light frequency that radiate from your thoughts is gonna radiate a positive thought from everybody. That's why they say you find favor with God, you find favor with man. You'll find favor with a lot of people by the way you think. You know what I'm saying? Man, I don't want to overload you, man, but we'll probably come back with a part 2 on this joint, man, because this joint, it's a lot of stuff that I didn't even go over in this tape that I got to go over. But I don't want to overload you because we still got the Atlantis tape that we just dropped, man, probably like an hour ago. But I do this for y'all, man. We do this for y'all. And it's not me, the information, it's not me, it's our ancestors speaking through me and using me and other beings as vessels to get you the knowledge you once knew, take you back to who you really are, wake you up, free you. The truth will free you, right? And we ain't here to be your God. We here to teach you how to be God, how to be you, because you all gods. You just got to get back to your God ship. You already in your God ship, really. But you got to get back to what the knowledge. The knowledge is how we. The knowledge is how you become like God. You become your God again. Your aura will glow brighter. Yeah, that's right. Clean your aura. Don't be using no damn. Don't be using no sage. Use frankincense and mirrors. Use sunlight. When you go outside in the sun actually clean your auras. That's why the sun can heal you. See, the sun can heal you. That's how you know that light shit, the computer light machine that I told you about is gonna be already it's already possible. You can go outside and the light, the sun will speed up your metabolism. Your metabolism is one of the systems that keep your blood sugar and everything regulated. So the sun will speed that up just by making you sweat. So man, we can really crack your head, man. But we just, like I said, next week we're gonna be dropping some of the heavy duty shit. Like a lot of this stuff we dropping is really light work. It's a lot of stuff that the master teacher already went over, that we already went over in other classes. Me, the 15th, Brother Love, and other beings that have been on to break their perspective down. So man, the sun will heal you. The sun is light. You are, 15 already broke all this down. I'm just coming back again for the people that, because we got like a list of classes that we got to put out, man. That a new gave us a list of classes. And he say, go on all these classes. They talk about all these subjects. So we got them already lined up. We just click on it and just go in on that particular subject. And whatever comes to mind off the dome from the ancestors. The ancestors always gonna make sure we get the shit that we need. Why no sage? Because sage stinky things. But that's just my perspective. Like I said, you got your own perspective. But we didn't use sage. We use frankincense and myrrh. And my wife said I don't pronounce that word right. That's why you go read the Scarlet Smell of Sin. They use a certain type of fragrance, and that's the fragrance they brought for all my Bible people. The fragrance that the three wise men brought to Jesus was these particular herbs. They didn't bring him no sage. No, you don't see sage nowhere in the text. If we talk about Bible or Quran, to me, now it might be, you could probably squeeze it in under the word herb as being an herb, but to me, sage is disagreeable energy. And you know what I'm saying? Frankincense and myrrh, yeah, for your body. Yeah, that's right. Frankincense and myrrh oil to clean your aura. They said no, you take a bath with that, with the incense and everything, candles, all body oil, the oils, and you cleaning your aura. That's one way to clean. You clean your aura by fasting. You can clean your aura by going in the sun. You can clean your aura by exercising, right? Because you got a sun inside of you that burns, and you got to get that sun. The reason why people gain weight or get sick is because of that sun is not being utilized in the center of you. That sun has to be nurtured. You have to start your system up, especially when you get older. When you're younger, your metabolism is high. But as you get older, you got to start that metabolism up. That's why you got to go walking in the morning. That starts your metabolism going. Or go do some work in the yard. That starts your metabolism going. That way it keeps your blood sugar and your blood regulating, and it keep you from it burns off impurities. The metabolism is what creates the fever. When you get the disease in you, and it heats your body up to burn off the impurities. Fire purifies things. Light purifies. So it's going to tie right back into what I was telling you with the machine. The light machine, they're going to be able to heal people from the computer. Right? I think they already got it. I know it already exists in another galaxy because we was already using it. But I'm saying like before they bring it to the public. You know what I'm saying? But we about to get out of here, man. Want to thank you for tuning in. We're gonna be on live tomorrow again, bro. Hitting you again with another special tape. We got so many lined up. I'm just gonna click on one randomly and then talk about that particular tape. But the closing remarks on this is think positive. Then you produce a positive light, a beautiful color of the colors of the rainbow. And then that slows down to create sound, to create a beautiful sound. You become a beautiful being. So what time? The class tomorrow is gonna be in between 5 and 9 o'clock. We're gonna be on in between 5. It might be like 6 o'clock. Now I would like to get one off in the morning, but Hakeem, he changing his schedule, man. He be up early. And then at 9 o'clock when he go to sleep, because I be up all night studying, and I fall asleep the same time he fall asleep now, like about around 9:30. And so I missed that early morning class. But tomorrow, man, I'm gonna try to hit that class. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna go to sleep in a minute. And I'm gonna try to hit that early class tomorrow because I like that morning class. It's like a fresh. I got a fresh start, fresh mind, fresh new start. Because everything I've been studying today, and I already put it into my subconscious, and I'm ready for the new information every day. Try to get something new every day. Also, when you increase your thoughts on higher levels, your colors change to a higher frequency. So we're gonna put that out too, man. We might do a part 2 on this because this is a lot. It's a lot of stuff that I didn't say in this tape. Then I'm thinking about it. But we're gonna do a part 2. I might do the part 2 to this light beams. That might be the morning tape tomorrow for my morning birds, my early birds. Yeah, man, but like really, the herbs ain't really bad. And really, tobacco really is a cure for a lot of stuff. But those cigarettes that's out now ain't real tobacco that the Native Americans was putting up. It's more of a chemical based paper that they dyed to look like tobacco, but it's got like at least almost 4,000 chemicals in it in one stick of that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but the herbs is for the healing of the nation. You know what I'm saying? The herbs is for the mind, to open up the mind. But it's not to be overdo. Anything you overdo, it can become bad for you. And it's we might do a tape on that, man. Dr. Sabi was doing it before he passed. But he was growing his own joints. You know what I'm saying? You got to grow your own stuff, you know? So it don't be this new weaponized type of stuff that they putting out, calling it gas and loud and anthrax or I can't hear or damn, what happened to my right arm? Now, how's that the name of some weed? Damn, what happened to my right arm? Man, you don't want to hit that shit. Damn, what happened to my right arm? Who fuck named that shit? Hey, real talk, man. We're about to get out of here, man. So, you know, Islam, peace, love, should throughout the boundless universe to all. What do?